Hello and welcome back. Got a couple jobs today and I thought it might be interesting for you guys to check it out. So let's get into the greenhouse and see what we're going to get up to. I'll take you around for a quick update. I'm not going to update you on every plant that we have in the greenhouse, but we'll take you around to some of the ones that have some big changes going on, and then I'll get on with my jobs, which I think you might find quite interesting. So let's obviously go to the main one. This is the one that I'm most interested in this year, just because it is so different. This is this bit of a Frankenstein plant, and we can see here loads and loads of flowers. I'm still yet to see any that have been pollinated, but there are loads of flowers, so I'm sure we will get some pollinated. It'll be interesting to see what the fruits look like. So this is the one I've shown you in a couple of videos now. The stem looks like that. I think it's called fasciation. So one of my viewers told me about fasciation in the video that I originally did. Yeah, this is quite an interesting plant, and you can see it's just still going strong. So we've got that one there, and then we'll take you straight to some of the big peppers that are coming through. So you see there, that's my big Jim down the bottom there. He's getting quite large, and there's actually quite a few on there. There's one down there. This one here has something going on there. I'm probably going to pick this off because that doesn't look healthy. And then over here, this is my Ramiro. I'm going to have to string these up because it's just pulling them down. I mean, look how big those things are. I mean, I have big hands, but look at the size of that. That's awesome. And then we also got some up here. So I'll be stringing that up today as well, like I've done here. We can see I've strung up this plant, and I've strung up quite a few now, just give them the support they need. So, and we have some lovely peppers on this plant here. This is the pepper dew, and yeah, I showed you on the last video, but you can see there's a whole bunch more now. They're all lovely size, lovely shape, exactly what you'd expect, so very happy with that. And at the back there we have some banana peppers. So those are just sweet peppers. I think those will be nice pickled. And the cayenne are doing well. So let's get on and do my jobs. So firstly, excuse the sweating. It is so hot. We're having a bit of a hot spell in England at the moment. For the last few weeks, it's been roasting hot. No rain or anything like that. Thankfully, I have as many water butts as I have, because if I didn't, I'd be running out of water for my greenhouse. But it's been so hot. We've been averaging temperatures of about 28 degrees Celsius, 30 degrees Celsius, and today's no different, and I'm just sweating like crazy, so excuse that. So today what we're going to be doing is isolating some of my flowers. So the reason I'm doing that is I want to make sure that the seeds that I'm harvesting from the chili peppers later in the season are going to be true to type. I don't want to have them crossbreeding. I will be doing a crossbreeding video at a later stage, but obviously there are some peppers that I want true to form, so like my peri-peri, jalapeno, that sort of thing. The way I do it is I use these little baggies. If you didn't know, the chili pepper plant is a promiscuous plant. It is something that self-pollinates. I just did a video on my beginner's guide about pollination, so have a look at that if you want to see a bit more information about that. But all you need to know is chili peppers can self-pollinate, and that works out great for the method I use to keep these seeds segregated. What I'm looking for are flowers that haven't been opened yet. So this flower here has been opened, and a good chance that it has already been pollinated by a bee or something like that. So that's not a flower I want to do this with. However, at the back here we can see some flowers that haven't yet opened. So that there is a perfect candidate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to segregate that pepper there. And this is one of my jalapenos. So I don't need to do too many here because there's loads of seeds in jalapeno peppers. this is the flower we're going to do on this plant. This is a jalapeno. We can see there's a few other little flowers here. There's one over there that's just starting out. There's one over there as well that's just starting out. But I'm going to be putting this little bag over to stop insects from coming in and bringing pollen from other plants into this. So what we need to do is just clip off some of these leaves. Makes it easier to get the bag on. And that's it. These little bags are little bags that I got on eBay. They're just, I think, wedding favor bags, but they're perfect for this because a very fine mesh, the insects cannot get in there. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure that all the flowers that I'm looking at here, so if we take that look there, you can see there's a bunch of little flowers coming up around here. So all of these hopefully are going to turn into chili peppers, and I'm going to cover them all up. And I know that anything that's inside this bag is going to be pollinated by itself. So it's simple as that. I've just put the bag on, tightened it up, and once that opens up, so I just want to make sure that it doesn't get restricted. There we go. So I'm just making sure that it doesn't get restricted so the flower can open perfectly fine. I'll keep an eye on it, and as soon as that flower does open, I'm just going to make sure, just give it a bit of a shake, and it should pollinate itself. It's as easy as that, really. So I know that any peppers that come from this little area here, I'm going to mark them if they do come through from the flowers, and I'll know that those seeds are going to be pure jalapeno seeds. And that saves me having to buy seeds again next year. So let's do another plant. So this here is my 7-pot habanero, and I'd really like to keep some seeds from this. So we can see here at the top, these little flowers here haven't yet opened, and they're actually still very, very young. But I'm choosing this because I can see a nice easy way to get my bag on here. So let's get on with this one. So I can see there's a few flowers forming at the top here, so that's where I'll get the bag over. There we go, and same as before, I'm just going to spread this out a little bit and make sure that the flowers have space to grow. And that's that for this one. Just make sure it's quite tight so that no insects are going to get in there. And that's it. I'm going to do one more on the camera, which will be my peri-peri, which is one of these. So let's just get in there. So let's do that one there. That's a nice little space where I can get the bag on there. And again, exactly the same as before. I'm going to trim off some of the leaves, and we'll get the bag on there. We can see again, this one's just about to open, but it hasn't opened yet, so I know there's no chance that that's been cross-pollinated. And there you go. So now I know again that any of the peppers that might develop in this little cluster will be purebred peppers, and I can use those seeds again next year. Rest assured that I have pure peri-peri peppers. So one last thing before I finish up this video. I've had a couple requests to show an update on the plants that I was doing some topping on. So I'll do a proper update on that later on in the season. I'll actually take the plants out and you'll be able to see properly how they're doing. So let me give you a quick update on that experiment that I'm doing with top plants versus non-top plants. I'll just show them to you in place instead of taking them out the greenhouse and looking at them like that, and you'll get a good indication of what's going on. So here we have the jalapeno. We can see that this is the one that hasn't been topped by the little line that's on the top there, and this is the one that has been topped. There we can see the little dot there. So if we have a look, the one that has been topped is actually doing pretty damn well. The proof is really going to be when we finished up the season and we see how big that plant is, how many peppers got produced on them. But if we take a look, I'm trying to get as wide as I can here. So this is the pepper plant here, the one that I topped. We can see it is a little bit taller than this one over here. Actually, it's it's pretty even, really. The one that hasn't been topped, I would say, has the same, if not a little bit more growth actually than the top plant. There are peppers on here already. So there's the jalapeno coming through there. There's one over there. There's a couple more coming through on this plant. Lots of flowers on both of them. So yeah, I really can't tell which one is doing better at this point. So tell me in the comments what you think, but as far as I can see with these two jalapenos, they look pretty even to me. So let's go take a look at the peri-peri plants that I've compared. So this time on the right, that's the peri-peri that hasn't been topped, and the one on the left here is the one that has been topped. And again, so remember, the one on the left has been topped and the one on the right hasn't. And if you see, they are both exactly the same height. I would, however, say there's a little bit more growth on the one that was topped. So I'm putting my arm around just the pepper, just the peri-peri that has been topped versus the one that hasn't been topped. But if you look down the bottom, there's a lot of new growth down the bottom there, lots and lots of leaves, a lot more so than on this side. Weed. But ultimately the growth towards the top is pretty similar. So again, I think it's going to make a lot more sense at the end of the season when I compare how many peppers each of these have had, and also just compare how big the plant is at the end of it. But I think there's a bit more of a difference here than with the jalapeno. I think that the topped peri-peri is actually doing a little bit better than the non-topped, but not significantly so. So that's it for this video. I want to thank you guys again for all the comments and the likes and all the great feedback I get on my channel. I really appreciate every bit of interaction I have with you guys. It's so awesome to be able to share my hobby with you. I hope you're getting a lot out of these videos and I hope you're enjoying them. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again on the next video. Bye bye for now.